What's up, YouTube? Yacht A, Coach 5515, back with another scary story. This time, this didn't happen during work. This was when I was younger. Just graduated high school that summer. I used to hang out with a few friends, a few family members. We got bored that summer. Got done playing sports, didn't have nothing to do. During the summers before that, we used to lift weights, play basketball, get ready for football season. So we used to lift weights, play basketball. It was our senior season, nothing else to do. So we all decided, to go down to one of the overlooks in Canyon de Chelly. It's called Massacre Cave and Mummy Cave. They're both together. It's one of the overlooks going toward from Chelly. You go to Del Muerto to Chelly. In between Del Muerto and Chelly is where that overlook is located. So you drive down the highway, turn off to the overlook. You drive another few miles and you get to a parking area of Canyon de Chelly, of that Mummy Cave and Massacre Cave. Mummy Cave was it has ruins from the Anasazi that stayed there way before Navajos or Hopi or all these other tribes claimed the canyon. So there's ruins on both those overlooks, or both those different areas. So how we got to checking out those places is that people used to say that if you go there at night, you could hear like different things, like people yelling, women screaming, kids crying, babies crying, gunshots, horses running down at the bottom of the canyon, drums beating, stuff like that. All that came when the cavalry, the U.S. Army came, and they were gathering all the older Navajos from back then, from all different parts of the reservation, and chasing them down to go on the long walk. Canyon de Chelly was one of the places where our people hid inside all those canyons. There's thousands of places you can hide in the canyon, different trails, different caves and stuff. So from the mouth of the canyon to Mummy Cave, I think is like 13 miles or something like that. So the cavalry went all the way in there to look for the Navajo people, and there was a few hiding out down there. So our people were down there hiding out, trying to stay safe so they won't go on that walk. They know who the cavalry was, the U.S. Army. So they were defending themselves. So the army found them, started gunning, these people down, started killing them down in that area. That's where you hear, the gunshots and the horses running. You could hear the soldiers. You could hear them, crying and yelling out orders and stuff, and you could hear the women crying. You could hear men, the Navajo men, yelling at each other and yelling back at the cavalry. You can hear all that. You can hear the drums beating, like there was a ceremony going on or something like that. Every time we went down there, we could hear the same thing. You could hear it all the time. It didn't disappoint. So this time we went out. Couple of friends of mine, one of the friends' brothers. We decided to just hang out down there. I think in total there was probably about 7 of us. We got our friend's Dodge Caravan at the time. went down, went out to the area. We were listening, hearing all that, and then one of the brothers, little brothers, decides to throw a rock off the cliff. You know, the cliff is pretty high. It's probably about 200 or 300 feet off the canyon floor. So you can hear the rock tumbling down the cliffs and stuff, hitting other rocks, bouncing all the way down. You can hear a thud once it hits the bottom of the canyon. So when that happened, about 2 or 3 seconds later, we heard like a scream, and it was a weird scream, like a lady. It sounded like a loud screech at first. A lady in the middle scream, and then it ended with like a cat, like a cat roar. It was weird, all in once, in one long yell. So we all freaked out. We all like looked at each other. We're like, "What the heck was that?" And we're like, "Oh, that's on the other side of the canyon. Don't worry about it." The other side of the canyon was pretty far, so whatever was on the other side of the canyon had to come across the canyon, down across the bottom of the canyon and up the cliffs. So we were just hanging out there, and then the guys, they started throwing rocks off again, and you could hear them little rocks bouncing off the cliffs or the side there. This was at Massacre Cave. So I was sitting at the edge of the overlook, because there's like a little area you can see over, and I could hear like how fingernails, if you rub it against the rocks, you could hear that, and I heard that scraping and that scratching coming up the rocks, and everybody was talking. I was like, "Shoo, be quiet." I said, "There's something crawling up." And they're all like, "Yeah, right. That's BS. No way, you don't hear that." I go, "Just listen." And then another guy threw a rock down again. Same thing. And this time you could hear whatever crawl up fast, like up the rocks, all really quick. And then you could hear that scream again, like right underneath us, like right there, like probably about 20 feet underneath us. You could hear that scream. We're like, "Holy crap!" It sounded like a cat and a lady at the same time. So we got on the ride. We took off, headed back to Chelly, which was about 13 miles away from where we were. We dropped my friends. They all lived in the same neighborhood. One friend lived down the street, so we dropped them off. And then it was me and my other friend. We were driving back to his house. I was staying at his house at that time. And the brother was in the back. He was asleep, and my friend got off, and it was in the neighborhood, and the street was just like my other friend lived like a few houses down, and I saw like a ball in the middle of the road. I go, "Dude, look at there's a ball or something." And then we saw like different, like it was red, then like different it looked like a I'm gonna say like a rag doll, or like a stuffed toy that was ripped apart. So when we looked at it, there was like no puddle of blood, nothing. It was just like red. It was just dyed red and gold. I remember it. And my friend parked, and he looked at it, and it was just in like, it was not too far in front of us. So we looked at that ball. I was like, "Dude, grab it." And we thought it was a baseball. It looked like a baseball. So he stopped. Like he started slow rolling to it, and slowed down, slow rolled to it, and that ball started rolling, and it rolled all the way across the street to where I was sitting on the passenger side. And I was like, "Oh, I grab it." And there was no wind, nothing. There was no wind, nothing, no rain. It was a clear summer night. So I opened it, and I looked down, and it was a cat head. Eyes were gouged out, and it whatever tore up that cat, decapitated the cat head, and my friend looked over here on this side, and the cat's body, the arms and the legs were all tore up. And we're like, damn, what the heck? And I looked at my friend. I was all, dude, that's a cat head. He goes, let's get the hell out of here. So we drove down to his house, parked, went back inside. Mom, dad, his sister were all asleep, and we were just sitting there in the living room, you know, snacking away. This was about 10 minutes later. We heard the dogs all barking in the neighborhood. Really loud, the whole neighborhood, from where my friend, we dropped them off, all the way back to where we were. The dogs were going crazy. The whole neighborhood, dogs were going crazy. And my friend had a German Shepherd and a Rottweiler and a Pit Bull in his backyard. And those dogs were chasing something around. And we told the little brother, go check it out. What's back there? And the Pit Bull, who was named Pity, he goes, Pity's going crazy. So he went back there, and he goes, there's nothing, but they're chasing something around. I think it's another dog, is what the little brother said. So we're like, oh dang. We're like, tell him to shut up. You know, wake up everybody, then wake up dad. Then sure enough, like a few minutes later, the sister comes in, and like she knew, like, and she knew that there was something out there. She sensed something. So she went out there, or she came into the living room. She goes, what were you guys doing? And my friend goes, oh, nothing, we're just sitting here. Dogs are going crazy, I don't know why. She goes, you liar, you guys went somewhere, and something, wherever you went, something followed you back. And we all looked at each other, we're like, damn. We're like, we went to Massacre Cave. She goes, you stupid. She goes, go burn some cedar. So we're all getting that ready, and then the dad comes in. He goes, what the F is going on? Why are the dogs going crazy? And then the sister knocked us out. She's all like, these guys went to Massacre Cave, and there's something following them around, and something followed them back. And the dad got mad at us, and he got mad at us, and he goes, go out there and go settle those dogs down. So we sent the brother out there. He goes, dude, go settle them down. So he didn't want to. He was scared. I mean, it was weird because all the dogs went crazy. Pit Bull, I couldn't go out there because it's German Shepherd or Rottweiler and a Pit Bull. I ain't going out there. So he went out there and tried to settle them down. Somehow they settled down. I don't remember how, but they all settled down. And this was probably about 3 in the morning when all this went down. And after that, I didn't want to go home, so I didn't go home. Stayed there. The next day, the same friend that worked with me that time when we saw that Skinwalker out in Whippoorwill, it was the same guy. You know, I worked with him. You know, really good friends. We're still really good friends with each other. He works in the ER right now. So we went back to his grandpa again. Medicine man told him, he goes, it was an Anasazi that followed you back, and it was a Skinwalker that followed you back. You guys heard a Skinwalker down there, and an Anasazi, they both followed you guys back. And I don't know how that happens, but you know, it does happen. A Skinwalker can follow you back. They said whatever, one of those two, it tore up the cat, and he said that cat, he's the one that made that cat head move. He's the one that followed you guys back. He was the dogs were the one chasing the Skinwalker or the Anasazi around. And I remember, you know, like when I was younger, way younger, when like elementary, primary school, something like that, one of our classmates, or the guys I went to school with, they used to live up in that area, up in the canyon area, and they used to say there was still Anasazi running around, and you can still see them. And I've heard that today, that, you know, they're still around. But you know, that was a weird story. I mean, not a weird story, but it was another experience. So just watch out. You know, we don't go to Massacre Cave anymore. We're not supposed to go to these places. Grandpa prayed for us, did a ceremony for us, so we're not supposed to go to these places. So, yep. Thanks for watching. another video or another experience that I told you. Thanks for watching.